strength is really important, and when we get it wrong, bad things happen. Like the Hard Rock Cafe collapsing in 2019 and the bridge collapsing in Pittsburgh in 2022. So concrete can collapse if it's not properly put in place. So what's been our method for measuring strength? As I like to call it, Breaking Bad, if anyone followed the series. It's a 100-year-old technology. And we've basically had at our disposal really only two methods of checking for strength. Either cylinder testing or beam testing in a compression method where we break them to determine what the strength of the concrete is at that time. And then we base our decisions around those breaks. And depending on which one we use, whether we're using beams or using cylinders, is often driven by cost and availability of the technology at that time. And if you pick the wrong choice, ultimately it could lead to higher costs. In a lot of areas that are using low carbon concrete or beam methods, if the beam fails and doesn't reach specification, then you end up having to go to a core sample of the structure. And that's expensive, time consuming, sometimes hard to do. And so you want to make sure you pick the right technology when if you're going to be using compression breaks. And while you thought maybe the choice that you made was the right one at the time, if you pick the wrong one, then that could really lead to disruptions in efficiency, especially if you have to do something like a core sample. So picking the right type of technology for strength is always important, especially if you're bound to be using compression or cylinder breaking.